So if none, I think we could start. We can start. Okay? So
Okay po.
simula na tayo. Okay, so first let me know if you can see the screen. I will share my PowerPoint. Okay? Medyo nagahang lang, sorry ah. Yeah, medyo matagal.
Sir, pa-accept daw po yung iba.
Yun. Okay?
Thank you po.
Meron pa? Okay, may tanong dito, no? May upload ba ng separate video? Yes, sa YouTube, no? I-upload natin yan. Soon. Medyo inaayos lang natin yung series ng mga tutorial videos natin before we upload the adjusting topics and the financial statement topics. May kulang pa tayo before we proceed with uploading in the YouTube. So, just wait for that, okay? So, yan. Can you see it, class? Yan.
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Yes
Okay.
po.
So, I guess we can start. Okay? So, again, welcome to our second day of 4 days free live webinar series. Topics for discussion in basic accounting. All about accounting cycle. Step 7. Prepare financial statements. Game? Game?
Game po.
Okay,
Game.
So, we're done with statement of profit or loss or income statement, right? So now, we will discuss the statement of changes in equity. And again, statement of changes in equity, it shows the movements of equity items for a particular period of time. Okay? Since we are currently in accounting for sole proprietorship, accounting for service type of business. So what we will be discussing is statement of changes in owner's equity, to be specific. Okay? Applicable for a sole proprietorship. Okay? So statement of changes in partner's equity naman ang tawag when it comes to partnership. Statement of changes in shareholders' equity naman ang tawag kapag corporation. So for sole proprietorship, statement of changes in owner's equity, to be specific. Yun yung tawag natin. Okay? Now, as we define no, this statement of changes in equity. So first, let us understand the meaning of this word. Can you see it? Here, equity.
Yes.
Tama? Equity. Now, as we define it in our previous tutorial video under elements of financial statements, we said that equity is the residual interest in the assets of the business after deducting liability. Okay? Remember, class, our accounting equation? Tama? And what is that? Asset is equals to liabilities plus equity. Tama po? Tama po yan? Accounting
Tama po,
equation
sir.
is asset is equals to liability plus equity. Now, let's use algebra. Okay? We will transpose this liability no, to the other side of the equation. Okay? So, making the sign of the liability as minus sign. Tama? So, ano magiging itsura niyan pag nilipat mo? Ganito. Asset is or minus liability is equals to equity. Pag nilipat mo tong liability to the other side of the equation. And that's give you another equation, which is equity is equals to asset minus liability. That is simply what is meant by this definition. Equity is the residual interest in the assets of the business after deducting liability. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Okay? Um, ang total asset daw kasi pag binawasan ng total liabilities, ang sagot, equity. Kaya rin natin tinatawag na net asset ang equity. Okay? As you can see, equity is also called as net asset. Meaning, the total asset is greater than the total liability. Kaya nga, net asset ang tawag. Parang net income, di ba? Total income is greater than total expense. Kaya siya, net income. Tama? But the question here, palagi bang ang total assets ay mas malaki sa total liability? Is that always the case that total assets exceeds the total liability of the business?
Di
No.
po.
Hindi.
Di
Tama?
po.
Hindi. And we will answer that later. Okay? We will answer that later. So another thing, equity is called as, eto, anong sabi? It is also called as, yan, net
Net
worth.
worth.
Net worth of the business. Okay? When we say worth, okay? When we say worth, we are referring to something with value. Tama? Tama po?
Tama po.
Okay.
Tama po.
At ano yung tinutukoy nating may value dito? The business. Okay? Yung halaga ng business. Is it possible, class, that you own a business then one day someone will buy it from you? Possible po ba yun?
Possible po.
Yes, possible. Now,
Oh,
if
yes po.
that's correct, possible yun. Now, if you are willing to sell it, no, willing to sell your business, how much you sell it? Magkano mo siya ibebenta? At a minimum,
Bigger than the net worth po.
that's correct. At a minimum price, equal dapat sa equity. At a minimum. Okay? Equal sa equity ng business. At a minimum. Kasi kung iisipin mo, no, the owner will benefit whatever is the equity of the business. Sa may-ari, mapupunta lahat yung equity amount. Now, sa may-ari sana mapupunta lahat yun kung sakaling di niya ibebenta yun, business niya. Diba? Sa kanya sana mapupunta lahat yun. For example, equity of your business is 1 million. Okay? Sa'yo sana yun. Okay? Mapupunta. Now, someone will buy your business. Will you allow it to sell less than 1 million or just 1 million?
No.
Siyempre hindi. Diba? Ikaw mismo na may-ari ang nakakakilala ng business mo. Kung nagpe-perform naman na maganda yung business mo at sa tingin mo nalalago pa yan, bakit mo siya ibebenta ng 1 million lang? Tama? Better sell it more than that. Correct? Correct po? Okay.
Po.
Please turn off the mic, no, class, para we can avoid the background noises. Okay? So, what I'm pointing, class, is that if we are to sell our business, the best price to base and start with will be the equity or the net worth of the business. Okay? Gets po ba yun? Clear po ba yun? Clear po ba yun? Okay. Now, another thing.
Yes po.
Another thing. Anong mas gusto natin? Mataas na equity o mababang equity?
Mataas.
Siyempre
Mataas.
mataas, di ba? Tinatanong pa
Mataas.
ba yan, sir? Siyempre mataas. Lalo na kung ang reason ng pagtaas ng equity ay sa kadahilan ng kumikita yung business. No? But the question is that always the case? Di ba?
No.
Hindi po.
Yes, kasi reality check lang, no? Now, kung palaging net loss ang nakukuha ng business, sabihin natin for 3 consecutive year, net loss palagi, what will happen to your equity?
Babagsak.
Bababa. It will,
Mababa.
that's correct. It will probably result to what we call a negative equity or what we call deficit. Okay? Ito yon. Deficit is a negative equity. This occurs when total liability of the business exceeds its total asset. Sir, possible po ba talaga yon? Magkaroon ng negative equity? Opo, possible yon. Tama? Okay, here's the thing. It is an advantage, of course, to set up a business and be the sole owner of it. Okay? Because the business, once they once it got a net income, no, 100% it will be yours. Okay? Sa'yo lang lahat 'yon, tama? But the sad news, no, is when reality comes in. Yung sinasabi natin. Kasi naman kung sole proprietorship ang business, una, limited ang capital na pwedeng maibigay sa business. Tama? Bakit? Kasi isa lang ang panggagalingan ng capital. Sa'yo lang. Tama? And mostly, pag nasa starting point pa lang yung business, expected na lugi pa yan. Okay? Kaya kailangan ng suporta ng owner nito. By means of what? By means of additional contributions para sa business. Kung limitado lang yung capital kasi nga iisa lang ang panggagalingan, paano na? Correct? Ang business kasi class parang bata yan na nagsisimulang matutong maglakad. No? Kailangan alalayan mo, i-guide mo ng maayos, pakainin mo ng masusustansyang pagkain para tumibay yung buto at matutong maglakad ng mag-isa. Ganun din ang business. You need time, effort, and money or other asset to invest in order for the business to grow. Do you agree?
Yes po.
Po.
Okay. Now,
Highly agree.
hindi nyo ba napapansin, class, yung mga maliliit na negosyo, mas matagal umunlad or worst scenario, nalulugi, nagdi-discontinue. That is because of the limited capital and the normal losses it gets during the starting phase. No? Aside from the fact na meron tayong tinatawag na competition factor. Tama? Very risky. No? Very risky ang magtayo ng business lalo na sole proprietorship yon. Okay? So, ganito. We say liabilities are payables of the business to outside parties. Ito yung mga creditors, di ba? Supplier or lender, halimbawa. No? Patutunayan lang natin bakit very risky when you set up a sole proprietorship business. Okay, so again, liability it is said that payable yan sa mga creditor. Okay? While the equity, it is payable of the business to its owner. Okay? Ikaw mismo na may-ari. Question, magkaiba ba yung utang ng business sa creditor nito kaysa sa utang ng business sa may-ari nito?
Magkaiba po.
Siyempre magkaiba. Tama? In a broader sense, no? The liability of the business to its creditor is a matter of commitment or responsibility. The business obliged to pay it whether the business is performing well or not. Okay? That's the obligation. That's an obligation. While the liability of the business to its owner, it's a matter of investment or taking a risk. Tama? If the business is generating profit, then the business can able to pay return on capital to its owner. If the business is suffering from losses, then owners will not expect something to get back. Correct? Ganito yan, sasabihin kasi ni creditor kay business, bayaran mo ako sa ganitong araw. Tama? May due date, tama? At pag lumagpas sa due date, bayaran mo ako business ng interest. Lumagpas ka sa due date pag si owner, ganito sasabihin niyan kay business. Bayaran mo ako business kung kailan ka nakakaluwag. Walang due date. Nakakaluwag means pag kumikita na yung business. 'Di ba? Paano kung di kumikita? Anong sasabihin ni owner? Business, wag mo na akong bayaran. Since investment ko yun sa'yo. I take the risk whatever will happen to my investment to you. 'Di ba? Thank you na lang yung utang ng business kay owner. Undoubtedly, may consideration, tama? Pero pagdating kay creditor, papayag ba na kahit deficit na yung business, di siya mabayaran? Hindi, syempre. Ang sasabihin niyan, di ba? Ang sasabihin niyan, business, di mo ko kayang bayaran, no? Hindi mo ko kayang bayaran. Ganito na lang. Ang sisingilin ko, yung may-ari. Tama? If the business cannot
Tama po.
pay the obligation, its obligation, ang hahabulin ng mga creditors, yung may-ari. And that's why we are saying that it is very risky for sole proprietorship business setup. Because in case of deficit, no, the liability of the owner is unlimited. Meaning, it extends against the personal resources of the owner. Okay? Yung liability na hindi nabayaran na business, babayaran ni owner. Madadamay yung personal resources niya. Okay? And that's where we're saying it is very risky for a sole proprietorship business setup. Okay? So yan yung mga senaryo natin kung paano nangyayari at ano ang nagiging epekto kapag meron ng negative equity o deficit. Negative equity or what we call deficit. Okay? And that's summarize how important to know how equity movements affects the business. And so now, we move to those items naman that affects the equity. Okay? Doon naman tayo sa mga item na nakakaapekto sa equity. By the way, any question? Questions? Okay.
Wala po, sir.
Clear pa naman?
Yan.
Clear pa naman?
Clear pa naman.
Okay. So, here's the equity items or components of equity. Okay, we have investment, withdrawals, net profit, or net loss. Okay? Commonly, 4 items yan for a sole proprietorship. Pagdating sa other form of business or kind of business, madadagdagan yan. Okay? Lalo na sa corporation. May mga madadagdag na equity items. So, hindi nyo muna kailangan intindihin yon saka na when the time comes. Okay? So, first, we have investments or called as contributed capital also. Okay? These are cash or other assets contributions made by the owner for the business. Okay? So pwedeng cash or non-cash assets. Tulad ng alin? Ng receivables, di ba? Supplies, inventories, or mga assets under PPEs, yung mga property, plant, and equipment. Land, building, equipment, furnitures, machinery, etc. Okay? Pero usually, ang alam natin, ang madalas na ini-invest, cash. Di ba? Tama? Now, merong case kasi, no? May case din na yung asset na ininvest ng owner, may kaakibat na liability. Okay? Of course, that will be assumed by the business also. Example niyan, yung land. For example, land, ininvest ng owner sa business niya. Nagkataon, yung land naka-mortgage. Meaning, may kaakibat na utang. Umutang kasi yung owner before sa isang bangko, for example, ng malaking halaga. Na kung saan, para pautangin siya ng bangko, ginawa niyang collateral yung land. Okay? At kung sakaling di makapagbayad, yung land ang magsisilbing pambayad sa utang. Tama? So, if the owner invests that land to his business, the corresponding mortgage loan of that property will also be assumed by the business. Okay? So, kailangan kasama din siya. Just in case may liability attributed dun sa asset na ininvest sa business. Okay? Clear tayo dyan? Okay.
Clear po.
Now, we have withdrawals naman. Okay? By the way, ang investment pala, what will be the effect? If there's an investment, what will be the effect to the equity?
Increase.
Okay?
Dadagdagan.
Equity will increase. So, tatandaan yan, okay? So, next we have withdrawals. These are cash or other assets taken out by the owner from his business for personal use. Okay? So maliwanag naman yon. Hindi lang daw cash ang pwedeng i-withdraw ng owner sa business niya. Pwede rin other assets tulad ng supplies, inventories, or other assets as the case may be. So what is the effect of withdrawals to the equity of the
Decrease.
business?
Decrease
The
po.
decrease po.
Okay. Equity will decrease. Okay? So tandaan yan. Now, net profit or net income. Actually, madali na to. Ilang beses na natin to nadidiscuss. This is when total income exceeds the total expenses of the business. Okay? So, eto na lang ang tanong ko. What is the effect of this to your equity, to the equity of the business? Increase.
Increase.
Okay? Now, kung iisipin mo, indirectly, yung income, no? Yung income talaga, yung dahilan kung bakit tumataas yung equity. Kasi nga, net income, ang mas malaki, no, pag sinabi nating net income, ang mas malaki or mas mataas ay yung total income kaysa sa total expense. So indirectly, ang nagpapataas sa kanya when we say net profit, income. Okay? Now, kung hindi net income, malamang ang business merong tinatawag na eto, net
Net
loss.
loss.
So, this is when total expenses exceeds total income of the business. Okay? Now, what is the effect of net loss to the equity of the business?
Decrease po.
Okay.
Decrease.
Okay? Decrease. Again, kung isipin mo, no, indirectly, yung expense talaga yung rason, no? Ito talaga ang rason kung bakit bumababa yung equity. Kasi net loss, when we say net loss, ang mas mataas yung total expense kaysa sa total income. So again, equity items, we have investment, withdrawals, net profit, or net loss. So para madaling tandaan, let's have abbreviation for this, no, or mnemonics. Tawagin nating pro will. Okay? Pro stands for profit or net profit. W stands for withdrawals. I, investment. L, loss. Pro will. Okay? So ito yun, pro will. So we have net profit. W stands for withdrawals. I stands for investment. And L stands for net loss. Okay? So what are the equity items? Pro will. Okay? Pro will. So, yun. No? Ganun lang kasimple yung concept about the equity. Okay? Now, to summarize, no, we have what we call formula to get the ending capital of the equity. And this will help, of course, this will help for us to prepare statement of changes in owner's equity. So ito yung formula na sinasabi natin. To determine ending capital balance, we have beginning capital, add additional investment during the year, no? Then add net income. Okay? But in case net loss yan, ibig sabihin bawas yon. Okay? Hindi ibig sabihin nito divide Hindi ibig sabihin yan divide. So pag net income meaning add. Pero kung net loss, bawas. Okay? Then you have total. Then after that, deduct the withdrawals from that total. Then you will arrive in ending capital. No? So whatever is the amount, dapat tama yon. Okay? Mahirap bang tandaan?
No.
Hindi, di ba? So ito lang din yung equity items na sinabi natin kanina, yung apat, yung pro will. Yun lang naman ang basically nakaka-affect sa equity for sole proprietorship na business. Okay? So, let's have illustration so you could appreciate it. Okay? On January 1, 2020, ako initially invested cash in her business amounting to 150,000. During year 2020, additional investments of 30,000 and withdrawal of 15,000 were made. Net loss of the business for its first year is 25,000. Okay, given naman yun. Kadalasan naman pa nagsisimula talaga ang business. Then, in 2021, additional investment of 40,000 and withdrawal of 5,000 were made. While net income is amounting to 50,000. So this time pala nagkaroon na ng income in 2021. What is the requirement? Determine the ending capital for the year 2020 and for the year 2021. Kaya ba yon? Kaya bang gawin yon?
Kaya
Natandaan ba yung formula natin? Balik lang tayo. Okay? So beginning capital, this is the initial investment of course to start up the business. Then add the additional investment during the year just in case meron. Then net income, add it also. If not net income, net loss yun. Net loss, deduct mo. Okay? Then less withdrawals. Then that's how you arrive ending capital. Okay? So tandaan lang yan. Okay? So, do you have answer already? Ending capital for 2020 muna.
140,000 ba?
Magkano?
140,000 po.
140,000.
140,000.
140,000.
That's correct. So, sabi, beginning capital 150,000. So, ito yon. On January 1, 2020, ako initially invested cash in our business amounting to 150,000. So, correct tayo dyan. Additional investment, 30,000. Tignan nga natin. During year 2020, additional investment, 30,000. That's correct. Next. Okay. Kung papansin nyo, naka-open close parenthesis siya. Meaning, it's a net loss. Sa 2020 ba, net loss ba yung sinabi sa problem? Yes. Ito. Net loss of the business for its first year is 25,000. Okay? Sa 2020, meron daw withdrawal na 15,000. Okay? So, babawas din natin yan. Let's see. So, 150,000 plus 30,000 minus 25,000. As of balance, 155,000. Tama? Now, deduct the withdrawals. That is 15,000. Correct? And that's how you arrive the ending capital for 2020, 140,000. Okay? So, okay tayo dyan. Babalik ako sa problem. Next question, how much is the ending capital for 2021?
85,000 po.
125,000.
225,000. That is correct. Did others get it? Nakuha ba ng iba?
Yes po.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Simple lang tayo pagdating dito sa statement of changes in owner's equity. Napakadali. Okay? Pero yung mga susunod na topic, balance sheet, tsaka statement of cash flow, mas madali yun. Okay? Do you agree? Mas madali yun? Do you agree? Na mas madali yon kaysa dito?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Talaga ha? Tingnan natin pag nandun tayo. Statement of financial position or balance sheet. Tapos yung statement of cash flow. Naku, napakadali niyan. Okay? Now, so 225,000 is correct. So year 2021. Sir, saan mo nakuha yung beginning capital for year 2021? Wala namang binanggit din sa problem. That's correct, walang binanggit. Pero, pwede mo makuha. Paano mo nakuha yun, sir? That is the ending capital of the previous year or of the previous accounting period, which is 140,000. Diba? Yung ending capital ng previous year, yun yung magiging beginning capital ng next year. So this applies also to other permanent accounts, no? Other than the ending capital account title or equity account title. Okay? Tulad ng cash. Kung ano ending niya last year, yun din ang beginning niya next year. Katulad ng accounts payable. Kung anong ending niya last year, yun din ang beginning niya next year. Okay? So, applicable tong ginagawa natin or sinasabi natin for a permanent account. Okay? Yung mga balance sheet accounts. And ending capital or equity account is one of those balance sheet accounts. So, 140,000 is the ending of the previous year. Beginning balance yan ng next year. So, 140,000 plus additional investment, 40,000. Yung po ba yung nakalagay? Yes, additional investment for 2021, 40,000. Withdrawals, 5,000. So, tandaan lang natin. Net income, okay. This time, nagkaroon siya ng net income amounting to 50,000. So, balik lang tayo sa computation. So, inad natin additional investment ng 40,000. Then, we add the net income, 50,000. That gives you, in total, 140, 40, plus 50, 230,000. Okay? Do we have withdrawals for 2021? Yes, 5,000. So, deduct it to arrive the ending capital for 2021. And that is 225,000. Madali lang po.
Opo.
Okay. Ganun lang kasimple. Now, this time, mag-prepare na tayo. Mag-prepare. Teka. Mag-prepare. Sorry. Okay na. Gagawa tayo ng statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay? Gagawa tayo ng statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay, pag gumagawa tayo ng financial statement, like statement of changes in owner's equity, anong unang-unang ilalagay natin? What is the first thing we need to do? Headings.
Headings.
Write the headings. And when we say headings, tatlo yan. Tama? Ano nga ulit yun? NARD.
Name of the company.
Name of the company, the report
Report
name,
name,
Report.
and the
Date
date covered. So, NARD. Okay? So, here's the example of statement of changes in owner's equity. So, palakihan ko lang, no, para mas maganda. Kasi medyo, ano na to eh. Yan. Okay? Hide lang natin to. So, as you can see, may heading siya. First line, name of the company, Pag-ong Delivery Express. Then second line, statement of changes in owner's equity, the report name. Okay? Then the third line, the date covered for the month ended January 31, 2020. So, ano daw yung movement for that period? No? For January. Ano lang yung movement for January? Hindi kasama yung previous accounting period or next accounting period. So, specific again. Specific tayo pag gumagawa ng statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay? So, ayan. Inad yung net income, inad yung investment, additional, then niless yung withdrawals. That's how you arrive on the ending capital balance of the capital. Ending balance of capital. Sorry for this, no? December 31 pero January 31 yung tinutukoy natin. It should be January 31, no? Mali lang yung nagsulat. Okay? So, it should be January 31. Okay? Now, let's have NARD. Yan, okay. Tandaan yan, NARD. Madali lang naman tandaan. So, let's have another illustration. Okay? This time, gagawa na talaga tayo ng statement of changes in owner's equity. Have you noticed, class? Ito din yung kahapon, tama?
yes po.
Ito din yun, si Basic Computer Shop. Pero this time, ang requirement is to prepare, prepare statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay? Madali lang naman. No? Siyempre, may beginning capital, add mo yung additional investment, add mo yung net income, or less mo net loss kung net loss man. Then you have the total. Then less mo yung withdrawal, then you have the ending capital. Ganun lang kasimple pag gumawa ng statement of changes in owner's equity. So first, get the ending balance. Can you help me to get the ending capital balance for basic computer shop. Magkano ang ending capital or capital ni Legend at the end of December 31? Kung natatandaan yung net income kahapon, madali na lang. Pero kung hindi, just recompute kung magkano net income dito. Or kung net income man, baka mamaya net loss.
Not sure po if 480,000.
Magkano?
480,000 po.
480,000. Any other answers? How about the others? Did you get the same answer?
Yung akin, dayo nung sagot ko.
Just stick with the formula, okay? You have the beginning balance, then additional investment, if any, no? Then the net income or net loss, then less withdrawal. So yun na yun. Any other answer other than 480,000? Or do you get the same?
I parehas po, sir. For 80,000?
For 80,000 din. Any other answer? Okay? So kung wala, so let's reveal the correct answer. Okay. The correct answer is yun, 480,000. Okay? How did you get that, sir? So meron kang per trial balance, no? Legend capital na 370,000. Assuming that is the beginning balance. Okay? Then we have net income, 118,000. Okay, paano mo nakuha yun, sir? So balik ka lang dun. Get all the income, then get all the expenses. No, deduct it with each other. Kung magkano yung total income, offset mo dun sa total expenses. Kung mas mataas ang total income, net income. Kung mas mataas ang total expense, net loss. Okay? So, if you will compute 559,500 less 120,000 starting from direct charges salaries up to depreciation expense furnitures and fixtures, 25,000. Okay? Magkano ba yung total expense? Magkano yung total expense natin dyan? Can you help me compute? How much is the total expense here?
441,500.
441,500. Oh, that's correct. And when you deduct it from 559,500, that will give you 118,000 net income. Okay, so tama tong net income. So total natin 488,000. By the way, may additional investment ba? Balik tayo sa problem. Ito, napapansin niyo ba to?
Wala.
Itong additional information. May sinabi ba ditong additional investment? Wala naman, di ba?
Yes.
On January 1, the owner invested cash of 120 and 25 pieces of computer set amounting to 250,000 in total. So that's how you arrive the 370,000 as the beginning capital. 120 plus 250,000. So ito yung nandito din sa adjusted trial balance niya. So purchase additional computer, wala namang investment na sinabi, no? Walang additional investment. So as is na yon. Yun na yon. So 488,000 less withdrawal. Meron bang withdrawal? Yes. Ayun. Ito, 8,000. So the answer, Legend Capital at December 31 is 480,000. Tama po?
Tama po.
Opo.
Okay.
Tama po. Tama po, sir.
So, that's it. Any question? Ganun na siya kasimple. Any question?
Wala po.
Any question?
None po.
Wala po.
Wala po.
Okay. So, kung wala, let's go with the review question. Okay. So, again, pag lumabas si Palay, ibig sabihin nun, there's a giveaway for those who will answer the question correctly. The first person who will answer the question correctly. Okay? Okay? So, pag wala si Palay, relax lang tayo. No pressure. Just answer it. Okay? Without pressure. So, here's the first review question. So, nakikita niyo ba si Sipalay? Wala naman si Sipalay, di ba? Kilala na ba si Sipalay?
Yes po.
Opo.
Yung yung cute na icon. Cute ba siya? Anyway. So, first question. So, just answer. Just comment on the chat box. Which of the following is not a component of equity? A. Contributed capital. B. Withdrawals. C. Net income. D. All are components of equity. Alin daw ang hindi component ng equity? Letter? Do you have your answer?
Dog po.
D. Very good. Lahat yon ay component ng equity. Sir, wala naman dyan yung di ba we have what we call pro-will, di ba? Profit or net profit, withdrawals or W, L for net loss. Yung I, investment yun, di ba? Wala namang investment dyan. Meron. Ito, contributed capital. Iba lang yung tawag. No? So, alert on other terms for uh, accounting terms. Okay? So, this time, susunod, ako na magsasabi. If you answer it correctly, first person who will answer it correctly will get a 50 peso load. Okay? Kasi theory question lang naman. Okay? So, here we go. Which statement is correct? Paunahan. Ayun si Sipalay. Diba? Nakangiti. Statement 1. Withdrawals made by the owner in net profit derived during the year increases the equity. When total liabilities, statement 2, when total liabilities exceeds total
Letter
asset,
B, sir.
it is
Letter
said
B,
to be a
sir.
deficit. Okay.
Letter
Pero,
B.
ang magka-count yung mga nag-answer sa chat box. Okay? So, let's see. The correct answer, by the way, is tama yun. Only statement 2 is correct. Kasi yung statement 1, mali yun eh. Withdrawals made by the owner will not increase your equity. Bagkus, magbabawas pa nga. Remember, withdrawal, it is a contra account. Kanino contra? Sa equity. Therefore, it is called as contra equity account, yung withdrawal. Kaya, bawas ang effect niyan sa equity. Net profit, of course, it will increase the equity. But not both. Okay? So, false yan. Statement 2, when total liabilities exceeds total asset. So, yung liability, mas mataas sa total asset, meaning, lugi na. Negative equity. Or what we call deficit. Okay? So, tama to. Kindly off the microphone. Pa-off na lang po. Yan, thank you. So, the correct answer is B. Let's see who got it first. You know. Wait. Joanna Marie Ferran. So, congrats. Ikaw ulit. Nanalo ka na. Another reward game. So, nanalo siya. So, congrats. May 50 pesos load ka. Tama ba si Joanna Marie Ferran? Let's see, ha. Sorry. Okay, no. Not Joanna Marie Ferran. Sorry. It's... Tama ba? Ito, pinakauna. Correct me if I'm wrong, ha. Tama ba? Siya? Hindi. Sorry. The correct answer is B. That is letter. This is good for previous question. So, tama nga. Here.
Si Joanna po,
Joanna
sir.
Marie Ferran. Okay, so congrats. You won again.
Yan po
Hello.
yung sa first.
Okay. So, mamaya, just message us for your prize. Next, we have another question. This time, may giveaway ulit. Pero 100 peso load na. Kasi computation. Okay? Here's the details. The question is, how much is the equity balance of the business? Are you computing? How much is the equity balance of the business? So the question is, will you get all the information provided to get the equity balance o hindi? So first person who will get the right answer will win a 100 peso loan. Okay? Write it in the chat box. Magkano? Meron na ba?
Meron na, sir, nakasagot po.
Meron na? Okay. Let's see. Bilis ah. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So yun. Bakit ganun? Si Joanna Marie Ferran ulit. Tama, siya na una eh, ha? Tama. It is the same scenario yesterday, di ba? The first question and the second question with rewards na panalunan ng isang tao lang, si Micaela. This time si Joanna. So, congratulations, Joanna. That's correct. 77,000. The equity balance is 77,000. So, you win additional 100 peso load. Sayang si Ailo. Sayang. Okay? Okay? Sir, paano nakuha yun? Pakita lang natin para ma-appreciate ng iba. So, sulat lang natin. Okay, yan. So, sabi, we have cash, accounts receivable, accrued expense, service income, commission income, direct charges, salaries, rent expense, tax, utility supplies, expense, owner's capital, owner's drawing. So, first thing is you need to compute the net income or net loss. And in order to get that, you will have to get the total income and the total expenses. So, unahin muna natin yon, okay? Before we go with the computation of the equity balance. So, sulat natin. We have service income. Okay. Magkano daw? Para makita ng iba. 60,000. 1, 2, 3. Then we have commission income. So, that is That is income, of course, 6,000. Then, meron pa bang income? Wala. So, next is expenses. We have direct charges. Ano pa? Salaries yun, tama? Tandaan lang natin para sunod-sunod. 20,000, then rent expense 12,000, tax and license 3,000. So, sulat natin. Rent expense, tax and license, tama ba? So, ano nga ulit yung mga amount? 20, 12, then 3. 20. So, this is a deduction because it is an expense. 20, 12, and 3,000. Then we have utilities and supplies. 2,500 and 500. So, sulat natin. Utilities and supplies. Expense. You have deduction of 2,500 and deduction of 500. Sir, sorry, 500. Sir, meron pa kami nakita expense. Saan? Ito, accrued expense. Teka lang, is that an expense account?
No.
Hindi. Accrued expense is not an expense account. It is a liability account. So, hindi natin yan sinama. Okay? So, ito na yun. Ito na yung detalye natin to get the net income. So, let's sum up. So, magkano siya? 28,000. Your net income is 28,000. Tama po? Now, to get the equity balance. Okay? Kita natin. To get the equity balance. Sulat natin dito. So, you have the beginning capital. So, assuming ito yun, 50,000, tama? Okay, sulat natin. Then, add net income. Okay? That is 28,000. Tama po? Then
Yes
add,
po.
any additional investment. Balik tayo. May additional investment bang sinabi dito? Wala naman. Kasi straightforward yung binigay na data. Okay? Wala nang additional statement. So, yan na yun. Yung total natin. Total pa lang, syempre. We have to consider other equity items kung meron pa. Let's see. As of now, 78,000. May ililes ba tayong withdrawals? Meron ba? Let's see. Meron. Ayun o. 1,000. So, less 1,000, that's how you get equity balance ending. Sorry. Uy, nangyari. That's how you get 78 less 1,000 na withdrawals, 77,000. Owner capital ending. Okay? Ito beginning. Tama po? Nakuha ba yon? Nakuha? Okay.
Opo.
This is the other way of computing the equity balance. Okay. Remember accounting equation. What is our accounting equation? Other way around of computing the equity balance in the problem. What's our accounting equation? Assets
Equals liability plus
is
equity.
equals liability
Plus equity.
plus equity.
Owner's equity.
So, kung ang hinahanap mo, no? Palakayan natin. So, kung ang hinahanap mo, class, no, is the equity, di ba? Ganito yun. You have your, kupain lang natin. you have your equity, tama? Asset is equals to asset minus liability. Di ba ganyan din yon? Tama?
Yes po.
Okay, let's see. So kunin muna natin magkano yung total asset. Di ba? Balik tayo sa problem. Other way of computing. Okay? So we have asset here. Asset accounts. Ano-ano yun? Cash. Okay? Ano pa? Accounts receivable. Ano pa? Meron pa ba na asset accounts? Wala na. Yun lang. Cash and accounts receivable. 66,000 and 25,000. So, sulat lang natin, no? You have cash na magkano? 66,000. Tama? Then, magkano daw yung accounts receivable? Ito, 25,000. So, teka, pakita lang natin para mas ma-appreciate. Okay? You have cash daw, then accounts receivable. Palakayan lang natin to. Yan. Okay? You have cash na 66,000 and then you have accounts receivable na 25,000. Total asset will be how much? Magkano?
91,000.
91,000. Okay? So that's how you get it. Then, so yan yon. Ima-minus natin whatever is the balance of liability. Okay? So, pakita lang natin ha. Ma-minus daw sa liability. Ano ba yung liability account lang na meron tayo dun sa information given? 'Di ba ito lang? Ito, accrued expense. So write it. Accrued expense. Liability account yan eh. So magkano daw yon? 14,000, right? Tama? 14,000. Ito,
Opo.
14,000. Susulat natin. 14,000. 14,000. Wala namang ibang other liability account. So the total of that will be 14,000 also. Okay? Now, 91,000 minus liability, that is your equity. Paki-minus nga. Magkano siya?
77.
77,000. So same. 77,000. Malinaw po 'yon. Ganun lang naman siya. Minsan, we need to play with the equation or formula. Tama? So, okay tayo dyan. Next. Ito. Last problem. Review question. So, the requirement is, ano daw? Prepare statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay? So, madali lang to. Just remember the formula, then ilagay mo lang sa format ng statement of changes in owner's equity. So, first, I'm asking, how much is the ending capital per this problem? At this time, wala na tong wala na tong giveaway. Okay? Wala na palang giveaway, sir, so hindi ko nasasagutan. Pakisagutan, please, okay? Para naman engaging yung discussion natin. Teka, palakayan natin. Yan. Can you help me get the equity balance? Then after that, papakita ko kung paano i-prepare yung statement of changes in owner's equity sa problem na to. Okay? Just help me with the ending capital balance. Magkano po? How much? So, yung way to compute, yung alam natin na formula. Huwag yung accounting equation ang gamitin, okay? How much is the equity or the ending capital balance?
800,000 po.
800,000?
100,000.
Sakto?
Sakto po. Yes po.
Okay. How about the
Po.
others? Did you get it? Anyway, sige, 800,000 daw. So, pakita muna natin, no? Para ma-appreciate ng iba. Okay, so, nasa na ba yun? Okay, so, ang gagawin muna natin, first, we will compute the net income. Okay? Yun muna unahin natin bago tayo mag-proceed sa computation ng ending capital. Then, after that, we will proceed on the preparation of the statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay? So, kunin lang natin yung mga data dito. Ito. So, ito yan. You have the service income, pero specifically, ang tawag nila, car rental revenue. So, sulat natin, car rental revenue. How much is that? 800,000. Okay? Yan. Then, we have, wala na, other income. Wala nang other income. Delete lang natin to. Okay, anong next? Direct charges, salaries, gas and oil, repairs and maintenance, then depreciation ng cars. 4 na direct charges. So, sulat muna natin. Direct charges, salaries, gas, repair, direct charges, gas, and oil, direct charges, repairs, and maintenance, then direct charges, depreciation nung car. Tama? So, a deduction yan. Deduction ng mga yan. So, we have 240, 60, 72, 180. So, yun muna. 240, 60, 240, 60, 72, then, ano yung isa? 180. Okay. Okay. Next, we have another set of expenses. Ito yung mga OPEX kung tawagin. Tax, advertising, insurance, utilities, then depreciation ng furniture. Tax, advertising, insurance, utilities, then depreciation. Sulat lang natin. Okay, pinakopya ko lang. Tax, advertising, insurance, utilities, tama ba? Then depreciation ng furnitures. Tama po ba? Tax, advertising, insurance, utilities, then depreciation. Then, we get the amount. We have 24, 48, 36, 50, 20. 24, 48 ba? 36, 50, and 20. Teka, ba't sobra ako? Tax, advertising, insurance, utilities, then depreciation. Ba't ganun? 24, 48.
Nawala po yung
Nawala insurance. So, dito pala ito. Okay, 36. So, the net income, as you can see with the formula, automatic nag-plus na siya, is 70,000. Okay? Now, let's get the equity balance. So, per our problem, yung owner capital, which is the beginning, assuming that is the beginning, 750,000. Let's write it. 750,000. Add the net income, which is 70,000. Then you have total of 820,000. Less withdrawal. Is there any withdrawal? Meron, sir. Ito, owner's drawing, 20,000. So deduct it, 20,000. And the answer, ending capital, is 800,000. Tama po? Nakuha po yon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's go with the preparation of the statement of changes in owner's equity. So, first thing to do is write the, ano susulat natin?
Name of the company.
Name of the company. So, ang pangalan ng company, the Cars Rent Enterprise. Then, name of the report or report name, that is statement of changes in owner's equity. Then, the date covered, that is for the year ended December 31, 2020. So, sulat lang natin yung kaninang computation. Parang ililipat mo lang. So, you have the beginning balance, which is 750,000. Add the net income as we got it. So, the answer is 70,000. Then, you have the total. Magkano? 820,000. So, lagyan lang natin ng rule or just draw a horizontal line. Then, deduct the withdrawals. And that is 20,000. To get the ending capital balance, draw a horizontal line or rule it. Then you have ending capital balance of 800,000. Double rule it to signify that it is the final balance. Okay? 800,000. That's how you prepare the statement of changes in owner's equity of that problem. Any question? Question po?
Wala po.
Wala?
Yan po.
Naintindihan po yun?
Opo.
Napakadali lang. Okay? Wala man lang ka pawis-pawis. Tama? Okay? Do you have any question? Meron ba hindi naintindihan? That you need to clarify? Any question? None? So, I think that's it. Class, thank you for participation again. Okay? This is my this is my tip, or should I say, ito lang masasabi ko for the next topics. Mas madadali yon. Okay? Mas madadali yung next topic. Ano yon? Statement of financial position and statement of cash flow. Do you agree?
Mm.
Do you
Medyo.
agree? Medyo. Madali yon. Isipin natin madali so that we can get it easily.
Yes.
Okay? We can do it easily. Di ba? What your mind can think is what you can achieve. The body can achieve. Okay? Just claim it. It is easy. Para maging easy talaga. Okay? Just like your dream to be a CPA. Claim it and you will be a CPA. Okay? So, if there's no other question, future CPAs, I think that's it. Thank you again for participating. Maraming salamat po. And
Thank you, sir.
thank
Thank you
you.
din po.
Salamat.
Thank you, sir.
See you
Thank you
next
po.
Thank you, sir.
webinar. Possible sa weekend, ha. Salamat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.